What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream, it's like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Like the Chun-Li, like the Chun-Li. Yeah, they need groundhogs like me. Yeah. Oh, hello everybody. You caught me getting ready to try out for Nicki Minaj's next video. If you guys haven't seen Barbie Dreams, Nicki Minaj's new music video that just dropped, she has puppets in it. And although I am not a puppet, I am a groundhog. I feel I would be a perfect addition to her next project. As you all know, I have already been in a music video with Nicki Minaj. Twerk like Nicki Minaj, Brad! Twerk like Nicki Minaj! So as you can see, I'm all prepped up and ready to go. I just need Nicki Minaj to know who I am. So I'm getting ready and I'm going to send her a video of me doing like Chun-Li, like Chun-Li. Y'all need groundhogs like me. I think she's going to love it. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, if you did, you missed another incredible musician who came on our show. Bella Hristova came to America from Bulgaria when she was only 13 years old to study the classical violin. She is now an internationally acclaimed violinist. She's truly incredible, as is her story of immigrating to America, the difficulties and the triumphs, and now she is a Bulgarian-American citizen. Yay, Bella! Anyway, what's going to be on today's show? Well, you'll just have to watch and see. Okay, time to get my flow back on. Like I'm Chun-Li, like I'm Chun-Li, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Nicki, once you meet me, we're gonna go so far together. I can't wait. And Nicki, by the way, if you need me to have a word with Cardi B, don't worry, girl. Groundhog Sam has your back.
All right. Groundhog Sam did me dirty.
But
did me dirty by put it up that. You see how angry I was? I didn't find that funny.
Twerk like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, twerk like Nicki Minaj. Go twerk, Brad. Go twerk, Brad. Boy, that groundhog did me dirty. Who did it better? Me or Nicki Minaj?
Listen, Nicki Minaj doesn't sign my checks.
You think they're gonna? I hope they don't play it again.
I think we should play that again.
You want to play that one more time?
Oh, yes.
No.
Don't we have a clip of you dancing in slow-mo, too? Oh, that's my favorite.
Well, welcome, everybody. It's Brad Show Live. It is Hump Day Wednesday, so what better day to put the Brad twerking video back on.
There you go.
And I have to welcome Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Hi.
What's happening? How are you?
Hello.
And Jonathan, you were on assignment yesterday. You're back today.
I'm back.
We said you were maybe on the 7 train.
Yeah. You don't know.
We were on the 7 train, maybe. But hello to Demba Sow, Marjorie Thompson, Patrona Williams, Marge Higgs, Christy Consali, David Gabriel, Velma Gale, Barbara Lord, Patrona Collins. Maybe I should say it differently. Donna Rodin. Maybe we should sing everybody's name today because it is Hump Day Wednesday.
Yeah.
Molly Loban Martin. Deion Watson. Carol Anderson the Tiger. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Maria Holness. Dane Welcome. How are you? Allie Boo Harris, Morgan popping in, Marsha Whitaker, Barbara Lord. Isn't that good?
You went back into singing.
I went back into singing, or just kind of yodeling.
Broadway Brad.
Maybe it's a yodel more than anything.
Okay.
I don't know. Yvonne Steele and Reginald Lamata. And Lisa Bling-Rose saying hello. I'm going to, boy, imagine if I do this during the immigration section. It's the I-130! No, I won't do that. That would be really annoying. Yeah. Sophia Gray, Patrona Collins, Ma Dukes, and who else we got to say? Sheena Perron, and Dan Stratt saying hello.
Yeah.
Saying hello. Dan Stratt.
Oh.
Popping in. Everybody welcome Dan Stratt. He is a new member.
What's up, Dan
A
Stratt?
new member of the Brad Squad.
Yeah.
So everybody please welcome Dan Stratt. I don't even know who is Dan Stratt. We don't know.
Really?
The new.
What? He's a new member.
You know Dan Stratt?
He's a new member.
He's a brand new member.
A brand new member of the Brad Squad, Dan Stratt. Welcome, Dan, to the Brad Squad. By the way, Dan Stratt was following me on Instagram. I think he must have deleted his Instagram account because all of a sudden I got a message that Dan Stratt is blocking me. What? So either Dan Stratt is
mad at you,
is mad at me, is blocking me because I'm offensive to him, or deleted his account. I would like to think it's the third one.
It's got to be.
I would like to think it's the third one.
Dan
but you
Stratt,
know who
what
is
it?
You know who is interestingly absent the last few days? We don't know what happened to him. Jeff Bosey.
Jeff Bosey Bozzy.
Jeff
What's
Bosey
going
Bozzy.
on?
He could be calling it a day for the Brad Squad.
Oh.
We don't know. He could be trapped under something very heavy and can't get out. Yeah, I mean, he could be trapped under something very heavy and can't get out.
He could, and he just hasn't been able to catch his
And he
breath
hasn't, because he can't reach. You know, he's under something
no.
heavy. The phone is
right
there, and he's dying, and we're all making fun of him, and he's really in trouble.
That'd be really insensitive if it's Brad.
I don't know.
Now we don't know. God, I hope he's not trapped under a building.
I hope.
That would be bad.
Well, Dan, if you are trapped under something heavy, not Dan, I'm Jeff Bosey. If you are trapped under something very heavy, if your phone is broken, give us a call and let us know. Because we get very sensitive here. I am a sensitive man.
You are.
Okay, here I am, Dan Stratt.
Dan Stratt forgot his password.
Dan Stratt.
He said he forgot his
Dan
password.
Stratt blocked me. I'm very sensitive.
No, he said he forgot his password.
Okay, Jeff Bosey doesn't show up to our show for a week, and either the man's dead, trapped under something heavy, or doesn't love us anymore. I am very well aware when the Brad Squad doesn't show up.
You are. You've got your attendance roll, and it's like late, absent.
Dan Stratt said, to be clear, I love you.
Well, I don't know. We don't have to go that far, Dan Stratt. Okay? You don't have to go that far, Dan Stratt. You can just say, I like you very much. All right? That would be more than sufficient for me. And by the way, on YouTube, Jean Love, Carol Anderson, Cordella Douglas, watching on both, I think. Velma Gale. Danny Contreras says, what's up, squad? Anderson Andy says, hello, hello. Terry Ann Carby, hello, everyone. Kool-Aid. And Fuzzy Bear, Fuzzy Bear?
No, it was Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Kool-Aid's friend Fluffy. Kool-Aid had a friend Fluffy yesterday. Yeah, we couldn't remember. And Kool-Aid or she, it's a he or she, we don't even know.
We don't know.
Says hello on this stormy Wednesday. Hope everyone stays safe from Florence. Kool-Aid may be down south. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Sal Demba saying hey. Botter Will saying hey. And Judine Cunningham. Is that somebody new?
You know, I hadn't seen Judine before. I feel like I've maybe asked a question.
Judine, welcome Judine to YouTube.
What's up, Judine?
And Dominic Carter, is he new?
No, he asks questions.
He asks questions. Well, Dominic, hello, because I haven't seen you in the Clyde Bernard. How you doing? Fox Racing, always there. Carol Burrell, Donna Roden, we know, of course. Ahmed Memo.
Ahmed
Memo.
We know Ahmed.
Been asking
You know. He says, I love you guys, so I know he's been around.
Ahmed.
All right, Camille Cope and Joy Palmer, and everybody who I forgot, hello. Now, for those who don't know, today is Hump Day Wednesday. It's a special day when we get a little extra...
ordinary.
A little extraordinary. A little extra randy.
A little saucy.
A little randy, as they like to say.
Do I make you randy?
Yeah. A little randy we get. So, that's why I don't have the jacket on today.
Oh.
So
we're already taking a layer off.
Yeah, because I'm already taking a layer off. for Hump Day Wednesday. I gotta be able to, get my hands going here and everything.
The problem is now that people are going to see you sweat.
No, I never sweat.
Are you
No,
really?
No, I'm not really a sweater.
He's a big bear, but he doesn't sweat.
That is right. I'm not a big sweater.
I'm a huge sweater.
That's true.
Unless of course I'm eating Indian food. Then all bets are off. I am sweating like there's no tomorrow.
That's actually why we're seated this way. It's like the AT&T bars of no sweat to full sweat. I'm somewhere in the middle.
So for everybody who wants a Hump Day Wednesday after show, 500 shares gets it for you. It's our last day we're going to do it. You want an after show, a pop-up show, right when you know it's going to pop up, right after this.
Right. 500
shares gets it. We'll continue on for another 30 to 45 minutes on an after show.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that long.
That's an after show.
That is an after, yeah, because I got a lot to cover on Hump Day Wednesday on the after show.
That's true, and I was just about to say, if you can imagine what Hump Day is on the show, what do you think an after show on Hump Day is going to be like?
And by the way, one day, I know this day is going to come soon. We are actually going to move our cameras this way because I am facing a camera that basically gets my side view. Okay. In order for me to look directly in the camera, I got to go here.
Right.
Now, for anybody in the studio audience, because we have a whole studio audience, they would notice that when I am looking directly in the camera, even though on camera it looks like me, Belgium Kim, and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias are all looking directly in the camera, but in reality, the studio audience is actually looking at my back to Kim and Yo-Yo. True or not true?
I'm seeing a profile of you, Brad.
You're seeing more than you're seeing more than you're seeing more than a profile.
I see slight back. I will say if I'm looking this way.
Yeah, you're getting a little back. Okay, like if I was topless, for example, you would see.
I would see your back.
My hairy back.
I would see.
You would be like, that is gross. I'm looking at your hairy back. You would see every individual hair on my back. Right?
Why are you looking at Brad's hairy back, Jonathan?
I'm not looking at
you're looking, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm looking at
when you're looking at that camera, you're looking at my back. I know it.
That works.
All right, so I'm going to go back and look at this way, and that way nobody has to look. Yeah, all right.
Shield us.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank the Lord. All right, with that being said, let's do a little schmooze here. What's going on? It's Hump Day Wednesday. On Hump Day Wednesday, we get a little randy. So, should we go to Hump Day News or start with real news?
Hump Day News.
Hump Day News.
I'm always.
Oh, Jeff Bosey. Welcome, Jeff. Jeff shows up eventually.
And look what the cat dragged.
Yeah, look who he dragged in. Apparently, he was not trapped under something heavy. I was in error.
Or he just got out.
He just got out.
Your words of inspiration just freed him.
Yes.
At least he said, "Miss you all." He couldn't stay away. Keep away.
Yeah,
he had to slide back in those messages for Hump Day. We see where you came in.
And Carol Anderson, the Tiger, who may be one of our biggest fans.
Yes.
Okay, because she certainly one of our biggest promoters when we're not on the show. She is in the rain with her umbrella up and watching the show.
Oh, wow.
See?
Getting wet and watching Brad.
Devotion.
On Hump Day Wednesday.
On Hump
Day Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's something Hump Day-ish about that.
I was going to say, she might be the first, she won't be the last. And we're done.
All right.
Man, oh man.
So, right to Hump Day News, right? That's what Jonathan wanted. He said, forget. Well, I mean, we had such good news here, though.
There are good news.
All right, Hump Day News. Hump Day News.
Hump Day News.
Okay. Paul Flart. Paul Flart. You hear about him, Jonathan?
No.
The flatulent security guard.
No.
You haven't heard about him?
No.
So he's a big Instagram star now, Paul Flart. That's this guy here.
Him?
Yeah. He has been filming himself. He's a security guard. I'm not sure where he works. Where does Paul Flart work? We're not sure where he works, but this is him.
Yeah, I don't think they ever released
He's a security guard. He works somewhere doing security. And let's see his face again. That guy looks like he's got a lot of gas.
Yeah,
right?
He does.
Yeah, and his name is Paul Flart. His real name, or that's at least the name he goes by. His Instagram name is Paul Flart. And he has now gone viral. Yeah, I'm surprised you have not heard about him, Jonathan.
No,
Everybody's watching him. Okay, he has been flirting. Paul Flart. He's been farting at his workplace and filming the video of him farting while on duty as a security guard for the last 6 months and posting it on Instagram. It is absolutely disgusting. And apparently the newspaper article that we got this from says he, quote, dutifully recording his toots on Instagram, and then it blew up his toots this past week. He's getting tens and tens of thousands of followers. The post has even inspired a compilation that one Reddit person called Reddit, I guess, commenter. Is that what you would call it?
A Redditor.
A Redditor?
A Redditor.
Is that what you would call it? A Redditor called, this is the Sistine Chapel of fart videos.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Thank God we have the video.
Oh, Lord.
Do you want, Jonathan, before we do it,
Yes.
do you want to see what now the internet is calling the Sistine? Now, for those of you, this is Hump Day Wednesday.
He has 91,000
91,000 followers watching him fart at work. Okay, I want you to know something. We do not have 91,000 followers on Instagram, and we are providing this fantastic service of answering immigration questions. That's real. You know what? You kind of know where society's going these days.
You're trying to fill a niche, Brad?
When we're trying to help people, we can't get 91,000 followers on Instagram.
Sad.
This guy sits as a security guard at work and farts, and he gets 91,000. Let's watch.
Yeah.
What has now entertained 91,000 people, what they call the Sistine Chapel of farting videos. Oh, this is so gross. That is so disgusting. I'm just coloring my mouth watching it. That is actually the first time I have actually seen that.
I've never seen that.
So now, unfortunately, the place where he was farting has discovered this and fired him, obviously.
Right.
So what's up next for Paul Flart?
What is next?
Let's see.
What could he possibly do after that? That's the real
He is going to be joining the cast of Jimmy Kimmel.
No, he's not.
Farting.
Yeah,
no,
right.
he's not.
That's what it says. Oh, no. Redditors have encouraged him to contact Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel has not hired him yet.
He won't.
That's
he better not.
Groundhog Sam says that he wants us to snatch up Paul Flart.
Where's he
as a Brad Show Live correspondent.
I have him in another studio.
What do you think?
No, not in this
What
studio.
do you think, Brad? We're going to send him on the 7 train with you, eating the international cuisine, Jonathan. What do you think of that one? Can you imagine the farting that would go on there?
Don't you guys have an Indian food shoot coming up? That's perfect.
That guy needs what was it called? Gas X? What is it?
Yeah, Beano. Take Beano and they'll Beano gas.
Pepto-Bismol, all of it.
What's crazy, and this might be really terrible, but he looks like a dude. Like if you get on the bus and you see that guy, you're like, you're gonna fart around me. You're gonna in my direct vicinity. Oh hi. You're trying to get close.
You know what I'm missing is the thing that you wanted me to talk about.
What thing?
It all got separated now.
What thing?
Your chicken.
My chicken.
Oh, here he is.
There he is.
Here he is. It got separated.
Looking for Kim's chicken?
What?
Looking for Kim's chicken?
Kim's chicken.
I do love this.
So in the end, we are going to reach out to Paul Flart. We're going to ask him what his American dream is. We're going to find out his immigration story. And we may have him join you on the 7 train, Jonathan, if he doesn't get picked up by Jimmy Kimmel.
I'll pass.
You're going to pass.
Guess that
is. And Camille Cope says, by the way, Camille Cope says, hell no, we got standards.
Right.
Hell no, we got standards.
Even the Brad squad is like too much.
No way, that's too much. And Molly Loman Martin said, give that guy a colonic. He needs more than a colonic, you know?
Oh, man. And they're just so, no.
Yeah.
That doesn't
we got
and he looked like it just stank, too.
Mm-hmm. Right. And by the way, all through this,
yeah.
okay, this Paul Flarting video, Ahmed Memo has found it somewhere to start asking immigration questions. We are going to get to his immigration question. All right, he's like, I don't care about Paul Florida. I just got to get these immigration questions answered.
He said he was happy and excited when he saw us, bro.
So Kim found this one. She's been dying for me to talk about this.
I love this one.
Kim found this all the way out in Australia.
Yeah.
There was a rogue chicken that has been causing havoc. Well, have you heard about the rogue chicken? Kim just brought this to my attention. Recently, a couple weeks ago, in Moral Bark, Victoria, Australia, there's a KFC farmhouse where they have the chickens for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they raise the chickens there, and then they, with the chicken.
Man.
Poor little chicken.
Right.
And then next thing you know, the colonel's frying him up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is happening in Australia. So one of these chickens knows his days are numbered. So he escapes.
Go, man.
The chicken, go chicken.
Get out of Dodge, man.
That's right. He escapes. He's now a runaway.
Yeah.
Runaway
The
cop.
KFC police are chasing the chicken down the street. Can't make this up.
To no avail.
To no avail. Right from the farmhouse, right into the main square of the city. The chicken, they're chasing that chicken down the street. But the chicken has come across some road workers, and the road workers are paving over the road, and that chicken goes all through the road, through the wet cement, ruins the entire road. And gets away.
And still gets away.
So that's not the end of the story.
What?
Okay, it's not the end of the story. You can't make this up. It's not a movie. It's real. It really happened. It's not a stupid movie. It really happened. It's not the end of the story. So then the workers are all mad at the KFC police for chasing them all with the chicken. They all apologize. The workers have to go back, redo the road all over again.
Right.
The next day, they just finished the entire road. That same chicken comes back and starts going like this through the road again and ruins it a second time.
Oh, you know what?
You can't make it up.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So Amir Abd Rabu, he filmed all of this. We have the video of the rogue runaway chicken. We have a video, but only I'm allowed to look at it.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to look at it now. That is funny. Sorry, nobody else is allowed to look at it.
I'm gonna try something.
All right, we will show the rogue video later once it gets in.
Can we try zooming in on my laptop?
Turn around. Yeah, turn around on the laptop. For some reason, we have it on a laptop, but we can't.
Listen, we're gonna make this work.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work. So Amir, there he is.
That's
there
hilarious.
He is. So he goes, we were working away in a busy suburban area when I looked up to find nothing but a chicken walking through our freshly paved work. And then he came back the next day to do it again. This is the KFC chicken. This poor little chicken was going to be somebody's dinner.
So does that mean he's going to have like cement claws after?
I don't know.
That's so funny.
That's a great point. Yeah, is that chicken just walking around clunking about forever?
Right.
Yeah. So now people are saying this is like that movie Chicken Run. Remember that movie Chicken Run, the animated movie from like
Chicken
20
Little?
years? No, Chicken Run.
Chicken Run.
Chicken Run, yeah.
Chicken
it
from
was stop
2000.
motion.
It's one of the most famous movies of all time.
I don't know.
When
I
our feathered little friends run away from the chicken farm so they don't get beheaded. It hauled in $225 million, Jonathan. Apparently, you missed that movie.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Yeah, I never saw it.
You never saw it. Yeah, that one. Don't know anything about it.
Boom.
Yeah. So this chicken came back the next day, did it a second time, and now has disappeared. And
It's a renegade.
And is a renegade chicken.
Yes.
And thank God that chicken got away, because that would be very sad. He's a very lovable chicken.
Chicken
So
freedom,
what they
man.
do with it?
They would have killed him had
So
they.
what's he doing now? He's just living life.
He's living life as a free chicken.
A free
He's
bird.
on the
As a
lamb.
free bird.
He's on the lamb.
Until Crocodile Dundee comes up in Australia. Right, all of a sudden Crocodile Dundee just shoots him, and that's the end of it. All right, so what else is happening here? Oh, this is really gross. I don't even know. I mean, this gets... Our Hump Day Wednesday stories get grosser by the minute.
That's
I
true.
mean-
Every Wednesday we have to keep.
It just goes
Yeah, keep
down
setting
and
the bar
the
up
bar
higher
is
and
going
higher.
lower and lower. So you know who Paul McCartney and John Lennon are, right?
Yes, from the
Beatles.
Beatles.
Yeah. So and they have a song with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends.
Uh-huh.
I get high with a little help from my.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently, McCartney told GQ magazine in an article that he get a lot of help from his friends. As a matter of fact, he and John Lennon used to party at John's house in the 1960s with a whole group of men.
Wait.
And Bridget Bardot, the famous Bridget Bardot, came over, and John Lennon and Paul McCartney and several other men pulled down their pants and all played with themselves, pleasured themselves to Bridget Bardot.
What?
Wait, like a picture of her?
Is it a picture or her? I thought it was her. No, it was her.
So it was a circle jerk.
You've heard of this.
A circle jerk is a thing.
You've heard of this.
Yes.
That's
Have
a
you ever
thing.
participated in
No.
any of this? So how do you even know that that's what it's called?
A circle jerk.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
You go around in a circle and
You know about
you
this?
jerk. Yeah, it's a circle jerk.
Women do this too, or just men?
Listen, I've never been a part of a group of friends that has done it, but I'm assuming a group of women has done it before.
I don't know. So McCartney told GQ magazine what it was we're over at John's house and there's a group of us, and instead of getting wrong, drunk, and partying, we all just were in these chairs and the lights were out and it just started happening.
How does it start happening?
I don't know. It's
That's
really
my question.
gross.
Like, as a group of guys, I mean, maybe I don't know what happens in a group of guys, but I just cannot imagine somebody being like, you know what we should do right now? We should just jerk off all together in the same room.
I don't know. You know what? Abigail
Fine.
Taylor Watson is right on target with vomiting at this moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Fair.
Okay.
That's very fair.
And then finally, on our Hump Day Wednesday,
Yeah.
the Dine and Dash dater finally got arrested. There's a man. Finally, there's a man who was meeting women on Tinder.
That is so funny to me,
Okay.
though.
He is meeting women on Tinder and has been taking women out, offering to take women out.
Look at
There
him.
he is,
Hey, look.
Guadalupe Gonzalez, to very fancy restaurants in the LA area. Says, hey, let's meet. I'm a wealthy guy. And I'll take you out to like this fancy French restaurant, a fancy Italian restaurant, or we'll go for steak. There he is in one of his fancy restaurants, and he would
Right
dress
before
up.
he
He would
dined
dress
at
up like
Dash.
looks like he's Scarface there or something, right?
Right.
So like it looks like Al Pacino
He
there,
has
right?
such a douchebag face.
He
So so he met at least 20 different women on Tinder.
20?
Took them all out to very lovely fine dining establishments. ran up
Or so
ran
they
up
thought.
the bill to several $100s at each of these restaurants.
Damn.
Then apparently he was able to kind of dine and dash. Usually the move was, I'm going to the bathroom, and then would never show back up, and leaving the poor date with the
That's
bill.
so funny to me.
So this man basically was going on Tinder for free meals.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing in LA. Women are now terrified to go on a date from Tinder, not knowing who the dine and dash, culprit is.
Sure.
Right.
And now he is facing 11. We should have had Paul Hirsch here to break this down, our criminal defense attorney. But now he's facing 11 felony counts of extortion
Damn.
and $315,000. Belgium Kim,
Yeah.
have you ever gone on a date and someone stiffed you? All right, let me say that again. Belgium Kim.
Wait, like they didn't pay their bill?
They didn't pay their bill, yes.
We thought you meant
Belgium Kim, let me rephrase that. Have you ever gone on a date and somebody didn't pay the bill?
No.
Never.
However, I have had a man ask me to pay the bill because he hadn't been paid yet. And he was like, and it was after we ate, and he was like, can you get this? And that was the very last time I saw that man.
Now I want you to know
What?
something.
Yeah.
I was across the street having a drink across the street is the Four Seasons Hotel.
Yeah.
I was across the street having a drink at the bar. It's very expensive there, even for like a glass of wine. It's like $20.
It is.
Okay, it's stupid.
Outrageous.
Okay, I'm so annoyed every time I go there and get a drink.
And every time
I'm
you
like,
go.
I'm so angry. I'm like, why am I here? Rich people problem.
Yeah.
So I'm always annoyed every time I'm there. $20 for a glass of wine. I'm like, you know what? I can go get a beer for $1. I can go get a beer for $1. You know. So I'm sitting there, and this is a true story about like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And there's an elderly gentleman there with a well-dressed woman. And
How
I'm
old's
like,
the woman?
older than me. And the elderly gentleman must be in his 60s or early 70s. And they look like they're very well-dressed man and woman.
Yeah.
And they're eating dinner there, and they seem to know each other. And the man gets up, and I wasn't really paying attention, and he doesn't show back up. And the woman's sitting there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Did he dine and dash?
And he dined, an old man, dined and dashed on this woman, and she had no money. And she started breaking down in tears. I don't have any money. This guy I just met. I was listening to this whole entire story. Now, they were very nice there, and they took her name and number, and she said when she got home, she would pay with her credit card or whatever. I don't think they made her do the dishes.
Right.
But I saw that with, now it was a different guy than that guy there in L.A., but I've seen it happen.
The dating scene is tough out
It's
there,
very,
folks.
very, very tough.
Jilly Bean had a great quote today.
What?
She said, love wouldn't be easy. If it were easy, they wouldn't make love songs. I was like,
this is true.
Dang, that's true.
Dang,
That's
Jilly
a dang,
Bean.
right?
That's a dang.
That's a dang.
I was like, that's a good point. It's
Yes.
hard out here.
I can't even do about this Italian doctor because it's just everything's just getting grosser and grosser.
How do you frame that?
I don't even. You know what? We've done so many gross things. I think.
Now you've teased it.
Yeah, I know, but I think some of our viewers are just gonna, like Abigail Taylor Watson or Lisa Bling Rose. They can't handle this stuff.
Right.
Shanky White, she can't handle it. Jeff Bosey, he'll drive off the side of the road.
Rocket just told me I was stingy.
Why are you stingy?
Apparently because I wouldn't pay for the deadbeat that didn't tell me before dinner.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Have you ever gone on a date and said to the woman, you pay?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever gone on a date and said, we'll split it?
No.
I split. I always
I've never actually said, hey, let's split.
Okay, now what if the woman asks you, hey, could I pay? Have you ever said yes?
It's hard for me. Unless they just insist.
Have you ever, okay, what if they say, I'll split it with you?
If they want to. I mean,
you'd say split it?
Because it's
does it matter if you like them or not? Maybe if you like.
It's also a new new day and age because there are a lot of independent women who don't want to feel like, oh, I could do bad all by myself. I don't need no man to pay. So sometimes if they want to, if they insist on splitting, then you'd be like, okay, split.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be the go-to. I would usually pay.
Does it matter how much you like the person? If you like the person a lot, you would say, no way, my woman doesn't pay, or the woman I like doesn't pay, or you're like, I don't really go for this person. They want to split it, fine. I don't care. I'm never going to see them again. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Does it matter how you feel about them?
No.
No.
Yeah, I would co-sign that.
Belgium Kim, do you get upset if the guy you're going out with pays all the time, or you expect that?
No, I don't expect it. I don't get upset, but I don't expect it, and I always at least offer to split on it, especially after a point where you're in the first few dates. I'm not going to be uncomfortable if he really wants to pay, but once we're in a relationship or it's something a little bit more constant, I don't think it's fair that the financial burden of a relationship falls all on.
Meanwhile, Rog J. Roberts, he's looking for the wrath of the Brad Squad again. I don't know why. I just feel that they're going to come down on him. He says it's a modern day. Females can pay too. You think the Brad Squad's going to come down on him, or you think the Brad Squad would agree?
I mean,
Rog J. Roberts is saying yes. I would let her pay.
I feel like I said, I feel like it's the individual because, like he said, it is a modern day, and there are a lot of women that feel like I can pay too. I can be the breadwinner as well. You know what I mean? So
that's my thing. Is you don't, because a lot of people end up using who pays as a method of control, and I don't want that to ever be a topic that we have to talk about. Well, I always pay. F you.
Now,
Yeah.
Marge Higgs says she's gone Dutch several times. That was agreed ahead of time, I assume. Have you ever agreed ahead of time to go Dutch?
Nobody
agrees
ever
that.
talks about
Yeah.
that. Nobody says, "Hey, okay, so let's go to dinner. You pay for you, and I pay
And
for
I
me."
pay for me.
And meanwhile, Knieve Black Robinson says, I will pay for the first date, but not if it becomes a habit.
Wait, but everyone's talking about Vex money.
What is Vex money?
That's what I'm wondering. I want my Caribbeans to explain.
Yeah, we
exactly.
need some Vex money, explanation
that?
here.
Jeff Bosey says that he still believes in chivalry and is not dead, and he believes the man should pay.
Interesting.
What about you, Brad? What's your policy on this?
I pay.
You pay.
I never let anyone pay for me.
And you would not allow it.
Never.
Oh.
Even if they say they want to.
Even if it's my birthday.
What?
This is true. I did talk to
Even
Brad.
on your
No, I did talk to
birthday?
Brad about this, and I was like, "What the hell?" He was definitely talking about paying for a lot of this. I was like, "Look, bruh, you need to at least get your friends to pay for something."
Yeah, Yo-Yo was like, what? On your birthday?
Right.
Yeah. You wouldn't, like, if we took you all out to dinner, you wouldn't let us just like, hey, we're taking care of it. You don't worry about it. You wouldn't let us do that.
Okay, everyone's talking Vex money, and they're saying it's a Jamaican thing.
Right.
But Joy Palmer, it's Brad's squad, not Brad. Oh, Brad, we're the Brad crew here.
We're the Brad crew.
Right. Oh, duh. Okay, we're the crew, you're the squad. I
Yeah.
got it. But nobody's telling us what the Vex money is.
So Cordella said it's called your own money. So I think Vex money is like you bring your own money to the table.
You bring your own money, so everyone's going Dutch. It's basically
Going
Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Vex money, get your Vex money is your money that you walk with in an event that something went wrong and you have to leave the situation. Oh, so it's like...
It's called emergency money.
Yeah, it's like emergency funds.
That's emergency funds.
That's what Marge Higgs said.
That's why
It's a
that's
Caribbean
why
thing.
you roll up on a bad date with Vex money, the just in case. Yeah, I couldn't.
I like it.
For me, especially with that guy, it wasn't the fact that I needed to pay. Like, if that would have been fine if he would have been like, hey, I don't get paid for a while, so if we go out.
Right, who asked who out?
It was on Tinder. So
It was Tinder. So in this particular case,
Yeah.
the guy was going on Tinder, and he was taking these women out to very expensive restaurants and
Right.
then dining and dashing. He did it to 20 different women at 20 different restaurants, left them with huge bills, and the police were on the lookout for him. The dine and dasher. As Kim says, he looks like a douchebag.
he just
He
has
does.
douchey face.
Right? Would you go out with a guy that looks like that?
God, no, that's an immediate left swipe.
Immediate left swipe.
Immediate. I don't even click to look at more pictures.
No.
No.
What kind of man do you swipe for? Give us a little description.
Oh, they're tall, dark, and handsome.
Tall, dark,
Yeah.
basically Jonathan.
Basically, Jonathan. That's exactly. Yeah.
Basically, you would swipe Jonathan.
I would swipe right on Jonathan all day, every day, Brad.
What about more like shorter, plumper, balder?
Wider.
Wider. What do you swipe left or right on those?
One with the first name of Brad.
Absolutely, Brad, all day long.
All day long. By the way, for Tinder,
Yeah.
which I'm not on anymore, but I seem to be on their mailing list.
Did
Still.
you get an email?
I got an email from Tinder
Saying.
saying, I'm going to get it right now. It's actually very funny. I meant to
Do you do free Tinder or do you pay for Tinder? When you Tinder.
If you...
pay for Tinder. How do you pay for Tinder?
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because there's a premium
There's a
package
premium Tinder.
where
Premium
like
package?
you could like super like in as much as you want.
You can unleft swipe. So if you're like,
If you
oh no, not that
accidentally make a
person.
mistake. Yeah.
I've done that before.
I make mistakes all day long. All day long, I'm making mistakes.
While you twerk.
While I'm doing it. But maybe I should go for the paid package.
Jeff Bosey said, whatever happened to the days of meeting a woman at a party, at a bar, now we got to swipe left or right.
Yeah.
It's
I met
actually...
somebody at Starbucks today.
Right.
You can do both.
So, go
Dang.
ahead. You can meet people at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had somebody waiting in the line for my coffee today.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you meet?
Somebody.
Share.
All right, let's see a picture.
Share.
Let's see,
Yeah.
We
Who'd you
struck up
meet?
a delightful conversation waiting for coffee, and I was like, I like your vibe. Let's hang out. Who knows what it could be? We could be best friends in the whole wide world. Who knows? I don't know. Why are
Maybe-
you guys making me air
You-
this laundry out?
You know what? I'm going to save this for our after-hours show. Okay, so if we get to 500, if we get to 500 shares on the After Hours show, I'll share you what these Italian doctors did, which is disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will also share what Tinder sent me about different types of drinkers, which I thought was actually kind of funny. You know how you can tell whether you're a gin drinker, a Scotch drinker, vodka, tequila, and what your personality. Basically, they did psychiatric or psychological studies. This is from a psychological study that they can tell what type of personality you are based on the type of drink you drink.
Well, I want to know what mine is.
I know. What if I drink many drinks? Well, that's my personality.
What your
right there.
favorite drink is?
Okay, whiskey sour.
What your favorite drink is?
Whiskey sour. That's easy.
Well,
Manhattan.
okay, and I'm a tequila.
I like bourbon, whiskey.
Bourbon. So you want me to read it now, or you want me to save it for the after hours?
No, save it for after hours.
We'll save it for
you
the
guys,
after hours.
we want to know, so please share 500 times because I desperately want to know what my whiskey sour says about me.
Why don't you tell everyone how to share Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You guys, it's a little arrow at the bottom or at the top. It's so easy. You click it. You share it on where, Jonathan? Where do you share it?
Oh, you share it
Where do you
everywhere.
share it?
You share it on different people's pages. You share it. Just invite people. You can share it in an inbox, and then also make sure you tell everybody else to share it as well. So let's make a ripple effect. All right, we got this. 500 shares, guys. Come on, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Let's see how you can do it.
So where are we at on our shares?
We're at 50, Brad.
Oh,
nobody's going to discover anything about their personalities tonight. There will be no discovery.
50 shares, guys.
That's
We just aired
sad.
so much dirty laundry for you
So
guys.
sad. So sad. We heard about
And it's
so
gonna
much.
get even dirtier.
Yeah.
So much. Oh my goodness.
All right. So anyway, this comes to the part of the show where we got to end our hump day conversation.
All right.
Wah, wah, wah.
What's the sound?
We have to do what we came here to do.
Yeah.
Right? Remember what we came here to do?
Oh, that's right.
We came here to answer your immigration questions. So if you call us right now at 1-800-529-5465, we will be answering your immigration questions. We have Paul, Najam, Mai, and Olawartomi on hold. They must be wondering, what the heck am I watching here? I can't believe I'm going to ask this guy an immigration question. But believe it or not, up here in this head, I got all the info. So if you call right now, I promise you that we will give you all the answers to your immigration questions and something we call. You got a question, I got an answer. 1-800-529-5465. So that's the number to call, that number that goes right along the screen below there. And of course, if we hit 500 shares on Facebook, we will pop up on YouTube and do an after-hours show. And the after-hours show is just for our YouTube viewers and subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to YouTube. It is actually the better place to watch. Even though some people don't like it, it is the better place to watch because it's the volume is better and the picture.
The picture is
better.
definitely clearer.
All right, so let's go to Paul in the Bronx. Paul, what's your immigration question?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Yeah, I love your show. Listen,
Yeah.
I have a question here. In 2009, I picked up a felony charge, and in 2013, I was picked up by ICE. I did 9 months, and they granted me the cancellation of removal.
Great.
But the thing is, the felony, the charge I got in 2009, it was a possession with intent to distribute. When I went to immigration court, the judge says the charge, he didn't see it as an aggravated felony under the immigration law.
Great.
So they granted me the cancellation of removal.
Great.
So now I'm wondering, am I going to have any problem filing for my citizenship now?
No,
or
no, you're not an aggravated felon. You got cancellation or removal.
Okay.
File your citizenship.
So I guess
File away. Come see me.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Come see me. Let's go to Najam in California. Najam.
Yes.
What's up?
I'm right here.
I'm right here, too.
Here.
I am right here. Right here. I am.
My question is, I applied for N400 citizenship from Houston, Texas. And it was on, I got my letter from the USCIS on 2nd May 2018. And ever since, they asked me for the on May 31st, 2018, I was asked for biometrics, which was done, and I'm waiting for the interview. My question is, how much time does it take for to be naturalized and to get the U.S. citizenship?
It should take 6 months, but it's taking about 12 months. And people from certain, who were born from certain predominantly Muslim countries, are even taking longer. Where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. From Pakistan, they could take 18, 20 months. Now, there is a solution to all of this. Okay, and the solution is you file what's called a mandamus action, because the government can't take forever. They can't sit on your rights. So you file a mandamus action in whatever jurisdiction you're in. We can do it for you, and you sue the government to force them to make you a citizen. And either they do it or they don't. And if they don't do it, the judge will order them to make a decision. And if the decision is yes, you're a citizen. And if the decision is no, then you go back to the judge again on what's called a de novo review, and then let the judge review, the federal judge review what the immigration denied. If you're eligible for citizenship, you're going to get it. You can sit back and wait and wait and wait, or you can take matters into your own hand. So take matters into your own hands.
My question is, for how long I can wait, and then I can take the action. And I have
how long has it been so far?
It's almost like 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months is too. Wait a year. If you haven't, nothing happens within a year, then that's when you start taking some action.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
That's very good, great of you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Okay, hold on. All right, let's go to Mai in the Bronx. Mai.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I have a question.
Yes.
At least 3 quick questions.
Yes.
All right. What is the age group that a stepfather can petition for his wife's kids that are in Jamaica? The kids are 19 and 20.
He can petition for them at any age as long as the marriage happened before the age of 18. So there's two things. One, you have to say I do before the children turned 18, and as long as you file before they're 21, they'll be here in a year. If you say I do after they turned 18, then the stepfather can't file.
Well, what if they're married before the kids are 18, but they're still married now, 5 years already?
Then that's wonderful.
But they were separate. They were not living because she was in Jamaica. He went to jail. He came back. But now he want to file for her. So
he can still file for her and the children because the marriage happened before 18. So he can file for everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we can
another
help.
Question.
Oh, what's another question?
Yeah, one final question.
Yes.
After you file, they come to you after you file 130 because they're in Jamaica, all of them. What next gonna happen?
After the I-130 is filed, you get approved. Then it goes to the National Visa Center where you do the affidavits of support.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And if they need help, come see me. All right. Let's go to if I get this right, Oluwaratomi. Did I get it right?
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to find out real quick from you. I had my interview for my N400 last month, and it's been almost 2 weeks now, and they said they're going to send me a letter in 30 days for my ceremony. How long do you think it will take?
It's been 2 months, and they told you 30 days?
No, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks now that I've taken the interview.
And they told you 30 days?
I'll get a letter within 30 days.
Well, then I guess I would have to assume that they're telling you the truth, 30 days.
Okay.
But generally you give them 8 weeks. If you don't hear anything in 8 weeks, that's when you start to get worried.
Okay, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Omo in Indianapolis, Indiana. Omo? Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
What can I do to help you?
Yeah, I would like to send a petition for my parents to come here in the United States. I'm a citizen already. So.
You're a citizen, so you can file I-130 for your mom, and you can file a separate I-130 for your dad. Where are they? Hello?
Hello, yes.
All right, hold on. We're having trouble reaching her. Let's go to Cloris in Brooklyn.
Hello.
Hi, Cloris.
Hi. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
My son, I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I petitioned for my son in Jamaica. and he went. That was in September of 2017. He went for an interview, and they denied him. They said
Why?
They said he didn't have anything in his system, but they said he is a abuser.
Because he admitted, because he told the doctor he smokes weed every day?
I don't know what happened. Why? Maybe
I don't know what happened either. So they told him to come back and reapply in 3 years?
No, they gave him a letter. The letter that I saw, it says there is no waiver for this.
Why did they think he was a drug abuser?
That's what I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe.
All right, so then the only thing I could think of is the doctor says to him when he goes for the medical exam, what's your son's name?
Ian.
Ian. Doctor goes, hey, Ian,
Yeah.
you smoke weed? He says, yeah, I smoke weed. He goes, how often you smoke weed? Oh, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Doctor goes, oh, interesting. Sounds like you're a drug abuser, and that's what he checks off. It's possible that's what happened. I don't know. So, but the only way to get to the bottom of it is come in and see us. We'll contact the embassy and we'll figure it out. And then I don't know what to tell you to do until I know what the facts surrounding why they say he's a drug abuser. And then we can figure it out from there.
Okay, then.
All right, hold on one second. Hold on. All right, let's go to Mr. Robinson in Roseville, Kentucky. Mr. Robinson.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm all right. What about you?
I'm fabulous. What's going on?
Yes, I have a question regarding my wife's situation.
Right.
That when she came to America, it's been 10 years ago, and she was having a little argument with her little sister.
Uh-huh.
She did not speak English. She did not understand anything, but it was put the volume low, and then she was asking her to put the volume down, and they throw a brush at her, and then she threw it back at her, and then they called, that little sister called the police on her, and then they said that was child abuse, and then now she was trying to renew his green card, and they said she was trying to get his citizenship first, and then the lawyers say that they're gonna contact their big boss to see if it's possible because they still
I'm lost on this story. Who was found guilty of child abuse?
My wife's little sister.
And because they got into a fight. And she needs a green card? She's a citizen? What's her story?
She got a green card, but she needs to renew it because
and she's concerned. She's concerned that because of a child abuse allegation or conviction, she can get deported.
And then the prosecutor didn't want to dismiss it because, and then the lawyer said if they send it,
all right. So this is all right. The answer is I don't know. The only way I can figure it out is to figure out exactly what she was found guilty of, the actual section of law, and then I can tell you. And then I can tell you whether or not she would be.
They say she was guilty about child
That's not
abuse.
a section of law. That's just a general statement. So hold on one second. We're going to need to find out the section of law. We'll need to speak with her. Hold on one second. All right. So with that being said, before we get into our social, she was child abuse. That's not a section of law, child abuse.
Grandma said, I need a GPS to follow him.
Yeah. I didn't know. I got lost.
Yeah.
I got lost. Meanwhile, there's a hurricane. Before we get into our, we're going to get into our social media check-in.
Yeah.
In about 2 or 3 minutes. But there is a hurricane.
Right.
Hurricane Florence heading towards North Carolina, Virginia. Apparently, it's taking a left-hand turn. And last I checked, it went from a Category 5 to a Category 3, but it's still going to carry a big wallop. The waves out in the Atlantic Ocean are 87 feet up in the air. Imagine if you're a surfer. That's crazy, 87 feet. Yikes. That's like Poseidon Adventure. That's like Poseidon Adventure waves. You ever see that movie where the boat turns over?
Yeah.
That always scares me whenever I'm on a boat.
Who was that again?
That was
Hackman.
Gene Hackman,
Yeah.
who used to be in every movie every year, and then all of a sudden
And
he
then
just
what
retired.
happened?
I don't know. He must have retired.
Like his last movie was Heartbreakers with Jennifer Love Hewitt. And
well,
he was
I don't
never...
know, but he was in like every year. He was like in 3 movies, right?
That's true. Wow.
Yeah. So everybody in the North Carolina, Virginia area, please be safe. There,
Yes.
more than 1 million people have been evacuated.
Oh, wow.
And it just came out. I don't know if you saw the news today. The Trump administration, FEMA, that's responsible for going in after a hurricane or a natural disaster to go help people who are in need. ICE took $10 million from FEMA that was earmarked for disaster relief, and used it to pay private security jails and guards to house people that they want to put in deportation.
Wow.
So this a lot of people are saying this was an illegal diversion of $10 million in funds in order to fund Donald Trump's mass detentions.
Oh my God.
On the border. Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon, actually, an appearance on the Rachel Maddow show, as Hurricane Florence is about to hit, said there's a 39-page budget document that says that basically Trump diverted money from FEMA for hurricane victims to give to private security jails to house immigrants that they want to deport. Merkley says, quote, "It's a scandal at the start of hurricane season when American citizens in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are still suffering from FEMA's inadequate recovery efforts." I mean, Donald Trump is saying, his hurricane response to Puerto Rico was the best ever. 3,000 people died. So the administration transferred millions of dollars away from FEMA, and for what? To implement their profoundly misguided zero-tolerance policy. It wasn't enough to rip thousands of children out of the arms of their parents.
Exactly.
The administration chose to partly pay for this horrific program by taking away from the ability to respond to what is now Hurricane Florence.
Exactly.
And that is right on the heels, as I said, of Donald Trump saying that Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico, they did an incredible job.
Right.
Unsung success. One of the best, I'm quoting Trump, he said, "It was one of the best jobs ever done with respect to what this is all about," whatever that means.
Most of the island still doesn't have electricity. What the hell is he talking about?
3,000 people died. That's all. I don't know. I don't know how Donald Trump defines success.
That's
And
that was 3,000, most of which died after the hurricane, in the lack of relief.
Now, ICE claims they will not arrest people seeking shelter from Hurricane Florence. Bullshit, they won't.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bullshit, they won't. Excuse me, because I've seen it happen in Houston. I saw it happen in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
And I saw it happen in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay, where they said they won't arrest people, and then you go to a government facility and ICE starts walking around asking for papers. Bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy because if you're out of status, where are you supposed to go for safety?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
ICE spokesman Brian Cox. Mr. Cox.
Of course.
Of course.
Spokesman, how fitting.
How fitting. How fitting that he would be a Cox.
Right.
Says our highest priority remains the preservation of life and safety.
Oh, please.
Bullshit.
Absolutely.
I call bullshit.
I do want to say, no matter where you evacuate to, evacuate.
Now, I will say this.
lightly.
Go find a Red Cross shelter.
Exactly.
Okay, the Red Cross will not ask people to show any form of identification. They don't ask for the names. They don't ask for ID. They don't ask for nationality. They are there to help. So, and this goes not only for North Carolina or South Carolina.
Absolutely.
Anybody who is in a hurricane area who has an immigration issue should be looking in advance. Where do I go should I have to evacuate? You don't want to go to a government shelter. You want to find a Red Cross shelter. All right? So people in Florida, people in Texas, people in Louisiana, people in Georgia, people even up here north. Sometimes hurricanes hit here. We had a hurricane hit a few years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure you find either local city, as in New York, or that if you're in a city that's a sanctuary city, it's not a problem. Find local shelter, but don't go into a federal shelter because ICE has in the past.
They lie, man.
They lie.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, just some follow-ups before we get into our social media check-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday, we talked about the big controversy over Nike again.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a mayor of a small town. I don't remember what the town was.
Kenner,
Louisiana. Thank you very much. And he said he's banning Nike from the town.
What?
No one's allowed to wear Nike in the rec centers. If we're not going to buy Nike, anything with the Nike thing, because he stands for the flag, this mayor.
Wow.
Now, the mayor of New Orleans, which is the neighboring town, says also
right.
bullshit, and he went out and bought some Nike
Of course,
sneakers.
right.
Okay?
That's
So
insane.
now, 24 hours later, after a big backlash against the mayor of Kenner, Louisiana, Ben Zahn, he has now rescinded the ban on Nike products, citing advice from the local city attorney that says, hey, that's illegal.
Right.
You can't tell people what to wear.
Right.
So Zahn called a press conference amid the growing uproar surrounding the city's controversial policy banning Nike from the city.
Wow.
So you are free now to wear Nike
wear what
again,
you want.
to wear what you want in Kenner, Louisiana.
How gracious.
Yes. And finally, another follow-up. Do you remember we had Dr. Mona Hanna Atisha?
Yeah.
Okay, she wrote the book "What the Eyes Don't See" about the Flint water crisis. Remember?
What a story, my God.
So now Miss Michigan, Emily Sioma.
Yeah.
She is Miss Michigan in the USA pageant.
Yeah.
Which coincidentally used to be there. She is a very pretty woman. Okay. She's not a pretty woman.
No, she
You're
is.
shaking your head no.
I was
Belgium Kim is shaking her head no. She's not a pretty woman.
Way to call it out, Brad.
She's not a pretty woman.
I wasn't saying that. It's Miss America.
Okay.
Not
it's
Miss USA.
It's Miss America, not Miss USA.
That's why I was shaking my head.
Oh, that's why you're shaking your head. Miss America, there she is.
Have some cooch,
Emily
Brad.
Sioma, right. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, pretty or not pretty?
She is.
She is pretty.
Pretty.
Okay. So Emily Sioma, contestant from Michigan.
Yeah.
Miss America contest.
Yeah.
She introduced herself by saying, quote, now remember Dr. Mona Atish. She introduced herself by saying, my name is Emily Sioma. I'm from the state with 84% of the United States fresh water, but none for its residents to drink. I am Miss Michigan, Emily Sioma.
Wow.
Yes,
And
queen.
Emily felt it was her personal duty to leverage her privilege to be a voice for people from the state of Michigan who feel they have been forgotten about. The issue was who is that?
This is Ice Cube
That's
and
the GIF.
Chris
Have you never
Tucker.
seen
It's
this?
a GIF.
Damn!
That's
Oh, no, I never
that's
saw
what it
that.
does.
Oh, that's where you got it from? All right, the issue is too important to be brushed under the rug. I was just thankful I was allowed the opportunity to represent Michigan. All right.
That's right. Miss Congeniality.
Now, Miss New York finally won.
Yeah.
Ultimately was crowned Miss America.
Yeah, go ahead.
We live in New York. Who is Nia Franklin? I didn't see. Is she a pretty woman?
She is a pretty
She is.
woman.
Do we have a picture of Nia Franklin?
I really, we do.
We do
No,
not.
we don't.
Okay, but people thought that Miss Michigan, Emily Sioma, should have won.
Yeah.
Simply for stating there ain't no clean water in Flint, Michigan.
Right.
Well, and what was amazing was that she did this completely off script because they rehearse what they say first,
Right, they
so
didn't
it's always
know, right.
something cutesy.
I don't know, because do we have
love
Can
it.
you look up what Miss? We'll turn your computer around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is what we seem to do now.
Oh
we
my God, yeah.
We're
very high tech.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
no.
does Nia
I
Franklin
like
look
her.
like?
She's gorgeous.
Let's see.
This
She's
is-
very pretty. Turn her around.
Look at that.
Turn her around.
She's beautiful.
Let's
She's
see. Keep
the
going. Yo-Yo,
venomous.
would you like me? Yo-Yo, would you like me to
Yes.
introduce you?
Absolutely.
Would you like me to
So-
introduce you to Nia Franklin?
Yes.
Yes, Yo-Yo, clapping.
I gotta
I've
be
never
real.
seen him clap. I've never seen him whistle. I've never seen you whistle at one of our pictures before.
This is seasoned
Even-
chicken.
I gotta be real. Even I want to be introduced to this
Yeah,
woman. My God.
Lord, have
yeah, she's
mercy.
All right, so she,
Are you okay?
Sunday Couture wrote, Miss Michigan needs to win the 2019 Miss America pageant simply for stating there isn't any clean water during her introduction. At Neela says, from the state with 84% of the U.S. fresh water, but not enough for its residents, I am Miss Michigan. I'm not sure why that was the most important quote I had to read, but that's what's in my card.
That's what's in the card?
That's what's in my card. All right. So with that, oh, this is silly. Do we have pictures? If we have pictures, I'll do it.
Of what?
About the hero who fought off the robbers with his bong.
Not only
we
do
have pictures.
We have video of
we
that,
have
Brad.
videos of this.
This
all
is
right.
my hero.
All right. So this is actually a funny story, and then we're gonna get to our social media check-in.
Yeah.
All right. So this is, where did this happen? In Canada.
Yeah.
Up in Canada, we have a new hero. The basically weed dealer.
Yeah.
Right. The legal weed dealer from the weed dispensary up in Canada in who says weed dealers are not heroes these days, right? Weed dealers are always the bad guys, but in this case, the weed dealer is the hero.
Not all heroes wear capes, Brad.
That's right. And this is in Tyendanga Mohawk territory, Canada. Some robbers came into the weed dispensary up there to go rob the weed dispensary, maybe of its weed and its money.
Right.
And they brought in bear spray. And they said, hold it right there, weed guy. Jonathan, you looking at this?
Yes.
They said, hold it right there, weed guy. I'm going to spray you in the eyes with this bear spray unless you hand over the money and the weed. And the weed guy pulls out his bong and gets sprayed in the face with bear spray, but wards off the would-be robbers with his very long bong. Let's watch.
Oh my goodness.
I think we have it. There he goes.
Yes.
There he goes.
What are you gonna do?
Oh. Up and up with the bong. With up, he's hitting him over the head with the bong. There he is.
Wow.
Hero.
All right. And the local police have given him who ever heard of the local police giving a commendation to somebody who sells weed? You can't make this stuff up.
That's
But
hilarious.
we all think the bong like a baseball bat. The local police says that this man's heroism has shown great resistance and got a commendation, the weed man,
Nice.
from the local police.
Yeah,
When does that ever happen that the local police give you a commendation for selling weed?
That's amazing.
So there you got it. All right, so let's go to our social media check-in, something we call social media check-in. We're going to be answering your immigration questions right now. What do we got?
All right, our first one is from Ray, who said, I'm a J1 visa holder and it's going to expire in January of 2019. Is there any possible way to get an H1B or an H2B visa?
What's expiring in 2019?
J1.
It's possible. I don't know if you have a 2-year home residence requirement. I don't know what qualifications you have, but for an H-1B visa, you need a college degree. You need that degree to be related to the job that you're being sponsored in. You need to show that the job you're being sponsored in, the minimum requirements for that job will require a college degree, and you got to be paid the prevailing wage. And if you have a sponsor, why not? Let's go for it.
All right, I have one from Nakaiza Kalina Biri. And I like that.
Yes, Queen.
I have a brother in Uganda, have an interview for his medical residency in the USA. Just want to know which visa does he need to acquire? And what are the requirements to the embassy in Uganda?
He's getting a visitor's visa? What's he getting?
Brother in Uganda, interview for his medical residency in the USA.
Oh, his medical residency. You're going to get a J visa for a medical residency. And the question is what?
And what does he need to acquire? Or that's the visa that he needs to acquire.
He's going to get a J visa.
Okay, and what are the requirements to the embassy in Uganda?
Be accepted into the residence program and show that you have the ability to support yourself. And generally, you're going to go into a residency program in an underserved area.
Kool-Aid said, I've got a follow-up from a question that was asked yesterday. So if an alien only has a single offense for simple possession of 30 grams or less of marijuana, could he or she be eligible for a waiver of inadmissibility?
Yes. And 30 grams or less. It's a weird thing. With 30 grams or less of marijuana, you're not deportable. Oh. So if you are found guilty of just a joint, you could live here and nobody would ever deport you. But you are inadmissible, meaning that if you leave the country and you try to return to the United States, they can stop you at the border. So there's a difference between being deportable or removable, which is the term they use now, or inadmissible, meaning stopping at the border. But for one conviction, 30 grams or less of marijuana, you can get a waiver coming back in from the border.
All right, I got one from Sharon Brown. Hi, Brad. Asking for my mom. She had a green card, but she had a stroke and came back to Jamaica for 9 years. Now the green card is expired. She went back to get a visitor's visa. Can you please help? So I think she wants to get a visitor's visa now.
You should be, if you had a green card and you didn't use the green card and you lived home, that is the best proof to get a visitor's visa. Why? Because to get a visitor's visa, you have to prove it is not your intention to go live in America. And what better way to prove you have no intention of going to live in America than, hey, I had the ability to legally live in America with a green card and I didn't do it. So they will always give people who had green cards, who gave them up and went back home, a visitor's visa.
Ahmed said, my case is a little complicated and someone suggested to me that I should go to a congressman for help. Is that a viable option?
No. Congressman's not helping you about a complicated case. He's not your lawyer. You go to a lawyer for that.
If only you were looking at one.
Yeah. If only.
Ahmed.
That guy right there. Not these guys, that guy.
That guy. All right. Now, people go to their congressman because, their case got stuck. They're not getting a decision. And what a congressman will do is they'll write immigration, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get approved or the congressman's going to help you with a complicated case. Go to a lawyer.
All right, I have one from Tyzir Hack on YouTube. What form should a permanent resident living abroad with American husband and American children since 2005?
What form what?
What form should a permanent resident living abroad? It doesn't really...
Well, if you're a permanent resident living abroad since 2005, guess what? You ain't no more permanent resident. You've given it up a long time ago. So you're nothing.
Okay, also, can she file for a I-131A form overseas?
But if she's been living out of the country since 2005, you permanently gave up your permanent residence. You haven't been permanently living in America for 13 years.
And
14 years.
And that it doesn't matter that she's been married to a U.S. citizen the whole time or anything?
Oh, I thought she was married to somebody else.
An American husband with American kids.
Okay.
Living abroad.
Living abroad. You would have to, so you gave up your permanent residence, you would have to file a new I-130.
Oh, wow.
So can she do, is it
You
the
don't file,
I-130 or
just
I-131?
okay, I misunderstood, the I-130.
Okay.
You only do the I-130A when you are living in America.
Okay, and can you do that overseas?
You can fill it out overseas and you mail it in to America.
Okay.
Shar Wally said, a friend of mine just migrated to the U.S. However, she sent her son back to Jamaica. How long can he stay there? She said she sent him back to stay there for a year. Can you advise?
Less than 6 months, Shasha.
All right, Groomiko. Groomiko Brown on YouTube. Good day. My wife submitted an I-130 petition for me in February. She in her previous name, her passport is about to expire, and she wants to change her name to mine. Will this affect the process?
No, it's a free world. I've always said this. You can keep your maiden name. You can get your married name.
So even though his wife is the one who's petitioning him?
No, yeah, you can change name to anything you want. You can take your husband's name. Your husband can take your name. I've seen it both ways.
So what do they have to do in the middle if it's in process and they change the name during that time?
When you go for the interview, just say, this is how I want to be known by.
Okay.
Judine said, what if you get food stamps for my U.S. citizen born kids? Is that going to affect my husband's affidavit of support case? AOS case.
It shouldn't, because the support was for a U.S. citizen, not for you. U.S. citizen child, not for you. What are we all pointing at?
We're trying to figure out.
What are you pointing at?
Yeah,
Did you skip some?
I did not. I didn't see it.
What didn't you see?
There's some that she skipped.
Our orders are different. That's fine.
All right.
I'll skip that one.
So I have one from Barrington Lynch. My wife applied for her 2 years condition to be removed. They sent us a letter stating that that's been extended for 18 more months. My question is, can she apply for citizenship with the extension next year? October will make 3 years of having a green card.
So she has her pending I-751 now? No pressure. Well, I'll wait.
Right. So let me read this again.
Read it again. You're like,
Barrington.
I don't know. Man, I shouldn't be working for T-Pain right now.
Right.
That's so much easier.
Something I actually know.
Yeah.
So my wife applied for her 2-year condition to be removed. They sent us a letter stating that they've extended for 18 more months. So now the question is, can she apply for citizenship with the extension next year?
Yes.
October will make the 3 years of having a green card.
Yes. At the 3-year mark, yes. And just for your edification, Jonathan, the removing of the conditions is the same as the I-751. So you know for the future.
I got a quick follow-up from Ahmed. Can I sneak it in?
Yes, you can.
Ahmed said, so here's his complicated case. So he may have a point here. He said, I did get approved for the I-130 last year. And then I did my I-485 2 months ago. The officer was nice and went ahead and told me that I got approved, asked me some questions, told me I'd hear in a couple of weeks up to a month. Now it's been over 2 months. I haven't gotten an answer, and I'm getting worried because my medical expires next month. Would then, in that case, going to a congressman help speed that process up at all?
Absolutely not. You got to give it at least 3 or 4 months, but you had the interview before your medical expired, so you should be okay. Okay. Now with that, I have a question for Jilly. Are we ready for the fabulous Belgium Kim piece? We are.
Yeah.
Woo-woo!
We are.
I love fabulous Belgium Kim pieces.
All right. So we have a fabulous.
Yeah.
Fab.
Amazing.
Amazing Belgium Kim piece. She went out on the street.
She did, as she often
She's
does.
a streetwalker.
She street walks frequently
Street
for
walks,
this show.
yes, for the show. For another edition.
Yeah.
Another edition.
Another.
Because we haven't had enough of it.
Another one.
Another one.
DJ Khaled.
Yes. Born in America or immigrant. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Belgium Kim and we are back out, this time on the mean streets of Tribeca, asking New Yorkers questions about whether these celebrities are US born citizens or immigrants. You guys had a really good time with this game last time, you better play along this time. Jennifer Lopez.
Ooh, Brooklyn, right?
I think Jennifer Lopez is a immigrant.
I think Jennifer Lopez is a U.S. citizen.
J-Lo is a U.S. citizen.
So I think at first, thought you'd probably think she's an immigrant, but for some reason I think she was born here and maybe her parents are immigrants. So I'm going to say not immigrant.
You are absolutely right. She's a U.S. born citizen. She's from the Bronx. Her parents are actually Puerto Rican, so they are Americans as well.
Nailed it.
Audrey Hepburn.
I am pretty sure that Audrey is a U.S. citizen.
I don't know who she is, to be honest.
Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany. Totally fine.
I think she's an immigrant. I think Audrey Hepburn was an immigrant.
Do you have any idea from where?
I have no idea, but I feel like the Hepburn just throws me a bit, so I feel like, I don't know.
Audrey Hepburn is from England.
Well done. She was born in Brussels, but one of her parents is English and the other is Austrian. You're absolutely right.
From Tiffany is one of my favorite movies, so.
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, I think he's an immigrant as well because I feel like I've heard it before that he is an immigrant, but that might not be true, but I'm going to go with immigrant.
Ashton Kutcher, that's a good one. I would say I think Ashton Kutcher is an American citizen.
Oh God, he's definitely a U.S. citizen, for sure. Who else would come up with a show called Punk'd?
Ashton Kutcher is Canadian.
He's Iowan.
Oh, wow. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Wow, would have never guessed that.
Nicki Minaj. Do you think in Nicki Minaj?
She was born in the Bronx now, or Queens, maybe, or somewhere like that.
Nicki Minaj. I think Nicki Minaj is a U.S. citizen as well.
Oh, Nicki Minaj is definitely a U.S. citizen.
I think she is a U.S. citizen.
Fun fact. She was born in Trinidad. However, she was raised in the Bronx. She moved here when she was 5. Lupita Nyong'o.
Well, I have no idea who Okay, I can't even say her name, so I'm not even going to try.
Okay.
Oh, see, I feel like this could be a trick one, but I'm going to say she's an immigrant for sure.
Do you know where she's from?
No.
I want to say Nigeria.
She's a queen, but where is she the queen of?
Africa.
All of Africa.
Wakanda forever.
But I feel like she's an immigrant.
I believe she's an immigrant. That's my final answer.
She is a Kenyan Mexican immigrant. Born in Mexico City, she was raised in Kenya, claims both citizenships, and now she lives in Brooklyn.
Oh my God. Well, if she's watching, Lupita, I love you.
David Hasselhoff.
He's got to be like German or something, right?
I believe David Hasselhoff is an immigrant.
Where do you think he's from?
He's from down under Australia.
Hasselhoff. Russia? Maybe?
From Baltimore, Maryland.
What? Wow, no.
Are you more of a Baywatch or a Knight Rider man?
Knight Rider.
Oh my God, our producer Jilly Bean is too. She loves Knight Rider.
I love the car.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, God. I'm going to say Elizabeth Taylor is a U.S. citizen.
Elizabeth Taylor is American.
No. She was born with dual citizenship in England to American parents. Then she renounced her U.S. citizenship. So she was just a citizen of England. And then 11 years later, she reapplied for her U.S. citizen. And then she was a dual citizen for the rest of her life after. Freddie Mercury from Queen.
Wow, that's like thrown me completely. I feel like he's an immigrant. I don't know. No?
I don't know who Freddie Mercury is.
Lead singer of Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody. Fat Bottom Girls. Okay, babe. I'm gonna need you to go to Spotify's immediately.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say. No! Oh my God!
Oh my God! I don't know. I love him so much, but I have no idea. I'm gonna say. I want to say now he's an immigrant, but I feel like I should say U.S. citizen because I've been tricked one too many times by you.
Oh, but maybe you should go with your gut.
Freddie Mercury is from India.
Yes?
He is a U.S. citizen?
Immigrant.
Kind of want to say England, but part of me is saying India because I know his background is I know he's Indian, part Indian.
He's actually from Zanzibar. I swear it, Zanzibar, off the coast of Tanzania.
Wow.
It was such a fun time out here tonight, guys. Until next time, see you later.
I'm looking to see where Zanzibar is.
It's off the coast of Tanzania.
It's off the coast of Tanzania. I knew it was in Africa. I just didn't know where.
I didn't even know it was in Africa, Brad.
I knew it was in Africa.
I had no idea.
Oh, you know, I knew it was an African country. I just didn't know where in Africa it was. I mean, you could have told me it was next to Wakanda, you know.
Wakanda,
whatever it's called.
Wakanda, Lord.
See, I didn't see the movie. All right, so we have any other social media?
Oh, we got some stragglers.
Yes, okay, what do we got?
Monica said, how long after you get your 10-year green card can you file for your daughter who is under 21 years old?
The next day you can file for your daughter.
Fantastic.
G. Shelley says, does a minor required to do a police record for an immigration interview?
Under 16, under 14, no.
Roy would like to get his best friend, Roy and Joy, up to visit him from Dubai, but he's really not sure how to go about writing an invitation letter. What does the invitation letter mean? What does it need to say? What does the invitation letter need to say, Brad?
Just what his purpose of coming here is, but really the invitation letter doesn't really mean much. What matters is he returning home? Okay, so a lot of times the best way to show you're going to return home is you don't know anybody here. You're going to stay in a hotel and you're leaving and you're going back home. I don't know. Sometimes that works. I'm a visitor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Here's
legit tourist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There you go.
Okay, Ulrich says, how long does it take to get an I-130 approved?
Depends who's sponsoring you. If you're an immediate relative, it could take 6-9 months. If he's being sponsored by your brother, sister, it's 4 or 5 years.
I've also got a question from Surendra, who said, I'm from India, currently living in New Jersey, and I just graduated with my master's degree in engineering. Congratulations. I am an F1 visa holder. I don't have any family in the U.S., but I'm wondering, is it possible to somehow adjust my status to stay here permanently that doesn't involve marriage, business, or employment?
You've just basically named all the ways to get a green card. Family, business, employment, investments, asylum, you're the victim of a crime. I mean, there's other ways too, but the 3 main ways are family, marriage, business, investment.
That's the whammy that she just ruled out there.
Yeah.
Diana has a question. I have a friend who's on a tourist visa, came here 7 months pregnant, gave birth in July, has to return back to her country in October. She doesn't want to go back and leave her baby with her sister. She wants to stay here with her baby, who's 1 month old. What can she do in order to stay and obtain a visa?
So that's a
recommend?
question of how do you get a green card, and that requires a consultation with us.
Absolutely. We've got G. Shelley that says, is a minor required to do a police record for an immigration interview?
We asked that. Under 14, no. All right, all right, we'll do 2 more because we got some people on hold.
Okay, Sony says, why do they revoke your visa under Act 22?
Under Act 22? I have no idea what that even means.
Because you messed up in Acts 1 through 21? I
don't
know. That's not a thing. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's not an answer. It's not a real answer.
Right. All right, what
That's
else?
all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
So let's go to Natasha in New York. Natasha.
Hi, Brad.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Quick question.
Yeah.
My grandma sponsored for my dad in the late 90s. At that time, I was 17 or so. However, for some reason, my father wrote the embassy and told them that he's not going to bring either of his children because my grandma got sick, so he just migrated by himself.
Okay.
Now, my question is, seeing that I was on his biographic, is there anything that my dad, who is now a U.S. citizen, can, let's say, petition or reopen the case?
All right, so when did you come to America?
I'm here in 2014.
Okay, so this is the deal. If Grandma put in the initial papers for your dad prior to January 14th, 1998, that would grandfather you under 245I. It doesn't entitle you to a green card, but what it does entitle you to is the ability to pay a penalty fee of $1,000 at the end of your case and get your green card in America without going home. So your dad can file for you, you can get your green card here. You can get sponsored in a job, which would be faster, and you can get your green card here. You can go do about almost anything and get your green card here in America. So it's an important date to know. So being grandfathered is gives you a million more possibilities than not being grandfathered on how to get a green card and get it all in America without leaving to go home.
But the thing is, I have 2 children. I have 2 kids. My
if you're grandfathered, then your children are grandfathered too. And so if your oldest is 18, you're going to want to get sponsored in a job that'll be faster than your dad because your kid will be over 21 by that time. But you really need a consultation, and you're in Manhattan. And guess what? I'm in Manhattan too. So hold on 1 second, okay? Let's go to John in West Palm Beach. John.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hi, Brad. Good afternoon. You hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yes, I'm doing good. All right, I want to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm going for my interview on next month, but I just got some information. I don't know if it's correct. They're saying that for the affidavit of support, they need their pay stub. Is that correct?
Yes, you should bring a pay stub as proof that you're still working.
No, not for me. For the affidavit of support.
Yeah, well, you need 3 years tax returns, a job letter. As long as you have a current job letter, you don't need a pay stub.
For the affidavit of support?
Yes.
So you're saying that if you have a job letter, you don't need to...
For a current job
right?
letter, bring a current job letter, and that would be sufficient on the employer's letterhead.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All right.
so I just can't time to get a job letter then,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Oh, thank you very much,
You're
brother. I do
welcome.
appreciate it.
All right. So yesterday, Jonathan, when we got so rudely cut off by Mark Zuckerberg, I was so disrespectful. I was in the middle of having a very frank conversation with Megan Buckwalter, our matrimonial lawyer, about Brad Pitt. Not maybe your favorite subject, but his ex-wife may be Angelina Jolie.
Absolutely.
Right. I'd rather talk about her than him.
Me too.
Right, but Belgium Kim would rather talk about Brad Pitt. So we had to give them both their due, and they're having a major custody battle. So we got cut off in the middle. But we played part of this yesterday, but we didn't get to play the whole thing. So I want everyone the opportunity to watch. So let's watch me and Megan discussing Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's custody battle. For a decade, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were one of Hollywood's most famous couples, from the scandalous way their relationship began in 2005 after Brad Pitt famously ditched Jennifer Aniston of Friends fame for Angelina Jolie after they starred in their blockbuster film, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, to the births and adoptions of 6 different children. They were married in 2014, but announced their separation in September 2016, a total of less than 2 years they were married when Brangelina, which is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, filed for divorce. On June 12th, court documents showed that Jolie was in danger of losing primary custody if she didn't take steps to improve the relationship between some of her children and Brad Pitt. So today we have Megan Buckwalter, our super lawyer, matrimonial lawyer, family lawyer extraordinaire from Spar and Bernstein. She's joining me to discuss the entire Brangelina situation with Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, what this means for their arrangements with their children, and how they could move forward. A judge recently ordered a change in the custody agreement. They got 6 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, some of them they adopted from Africa.
Yep.
Some they have together. Maddox 16, Pax 14, Zahara 13, Shiloh 12, and they got twins Knox and Vivian. The judge ordered a change in custody. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, up until now, Angelina Jolie had sole physical custody. Brad Pitt was visiting. There was some alleged incident with Brad Pitt on a plane drinking. I know that led to the filing that's going on, led to the divorce proceeding. And what happened was the court issued a decision stating that Angelina Jolie could be at risk for losing her kids and losing sole physical custody if she did not start supporting the relationship between her children and Brad Pitt.
Now, what do you mean by sole physical custody? That doesn't mean legal custody. Those are 2 different terms, right?
Right.
So they were jointly responsible for raising the children. What does sole physical custody mean? Brad Pitt doesn't get to see his kids?
Nope, that's not what it means. Physical custody just means that the children were residing, physically living with Angelina Jolie at least more than 51% of the time. So Brad Pitt had visitation, whatever their visitation agreement was, but Angelina Jolie was the primary physical custodian, and that also entitles her to receive child support.
And Brad Pitt went into court and said this shouldn't be the arrangements anymore, because Angelina Jolie was talking crap about him, basically, to the
Pretty
kids.
much.
Is that basically what happened?
Yeah, that is basically what happened. The court actually issued a pretty firm decision stating that Angelina Jolie had to tell the kids that they're actually safe in Brad Pitt's care, that she had to support that relationship, tell them that they need to visit with their father, that it's healthy for them to visit with their father, and that they shouldn't be scared or feel unsafe while they're with him, which leads me to believe that she was severely alienating the kids if the court had to have such explicit language in its order.
Is that common to have such a strict guideline?
I mean, it is and it isn't. It depends on the circumstances. In this kind of case where there's allegations of safety concerns or there's allegations of alienation, then yes, the court wants to make sure that the custodial parent is fostering a relationship with the visitation parent.
There's a big difference between estrangement and alienation. Those are 2 big words. Break it down for us.
So estrangement is really when the child and the parent don't have a great relationship because of something the parent did. Maybe, dad yells at them a lot, or mom won't let them do what they want to do, or is very strict, or is
spouse, disciplines them physically, that breaks down the relationship between the child and the parent because of what the parent did. Alienation is when one parent is really bad-mouthing the other parent to the kids, saying your dad doesn't love you, your dad doesn't want you to be around him, your dad's doing X, Y, and Z. So one of the parents is actually alienating the kids from the other parent.
So in this particular case, the judge was talking about alienation.
That's what it sounds like.
The bad-mouthing by Angelina Jolie about Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Now, Jolie filed for divorce right after there was a rumored fight on their private jet.
Yes.
Between Brad Pitt and their eldest son, Maddox. And the claim was that Pitt was drunk on the jet, became verbally abusive and physically abusive to the 16-year-old child. The FBI came in to investigate. The Los Angeles Department of Child Services came in to investigate. And they came up with absolutely nothing other than what Angelina Jolie was making claims for. Could any of these allegations have been used in court by Jolie had it been confirmed as true against Brad Pitt, and what could she have done? And is the fact that there was an allegation and nothing materialized from it just because there was no criminal activity, which is the burden is much higher than in a family court?
Right.
Can she still bring this up in family court to try to get at Brad Pitt? Because the burden of proving that he did something is certainly much lower in family court, I believe, than in criminal court.
Absolutely. If there had been some findings of wrongdoing, then it definitely would help support anything that Angelina Jolie was trying to do in court. So if she was trying to limit the visitation or set some sort of supervision, if the Children's Services had determined that the kid's safety was at risk, then that would have helped support her in court. The fact that there were no wrongdoings found means that these allegations really can't be used against him in court. But to your question, absolutely. Even if there's no criminal investigation, it doesn't lead to criminal charges. If it's still found to have happened, it absolutely can be used against you in family court. The burdens are completely different, which is why a lot of people have maybe a Children's Services case in family court and they don't have a criminal case pending regarding the allegations.
What if Brad Pitt gets custody of these children? Does he still have to pay child support and maintenance to Angelina Jolie?
Well, the child support, no. If he were granted sole physical custody, then he wouldn't be paying child support.
Angelina Jolie would be paying him child support.
Correct. Maintenance, which is alimony or spousal support, that's completely different. It's totally separate from who has the children, so that would still remain the same.
Now, 3 of the children are their biological children.
Right.
3 have been adopted over the lifetime. Does that have any bearing on this?
No.
None at all?
No. The adopted children are legally the same as any biological children. So in terms of custody arrangements, visitation, things like that, whether or not the kids were adopted versus born to the parents doesn't matter. Once they're adopted, they're legally their children.
So after the judge ordered Angelina to stop bad-mouthing Brad Pitt, is this going to be the end of it, you think, or there's going to be more?
I highly doubt it will be the end of it. I mean, one thing the court did do was allow the oldest kid, Maddox, to have a choice as to when he goes to see Brad Pitt, what visitation he has, because he is 16 years old, and the older the children get, the more preference they get. So I assume that not only will probably the bad-mouthing continue, but also as the children get older, I would think that Angelina Jolie's attorneys would go back to court to try to get that same type of relief for the kids.
Now, Maddox says he wants to spend less time with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's basically the court,
which would lead that the allegations may have been
true.
May have been true.
Right.
Now, if he doesn't get, he doesn't want to spend any time with Brad Pitt, so Brad Pitt really doesn't have any visitation or any relationship with Maddox.
Right.
Does that change Brad Pitt's child support payments?
It could, but not really, especially if the court feels like it is not alienation and it's really the child's preference. It would be an argument for Brad Pitt's attorneys to say, look, I'm not seeing this kid and it's because of Angelina Jolie, I shouldn't have to pay child support. If there is actual alienation going on, the person who is being denied access to their kids may not have to pay child support, but it would be an uphill battle.
So is there a case that you ever handled that was fraught with, child custody? I'm sure lots of them,
yes.
Where you were successful in making your client the primary custodian or getting fair visitation for your client?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just finished a case where There's 2 children. There was a lot of allegations between the parents. There's a lot of allegations of mental health issues and substance abuse. We had to have a forensic done, which is where a forensic psychologist has to be involved and interview the parents. And at the end of everything, the forensic supported our client, supported our position that our client was the better parent, and our client was able to get custody.
Do you usually have to bring in experts in these situations?
It's not every time, but if there's major concerns, yes.
What would be the concerns that you would bring in an expert? And does that usually sway the judge?
Yeah, so the purpose of the forensic is to meet with both parents. If there's any mental health concerns, if there's major alienation, allegations, substance abuse, things like that, and there really is no resolution or any sort of common ground, if we're going to have to go to trial over custody, then a lot of times the court requires a forensic. And the forensic evaluation at the end is to make a recommendation to the court as to custody.
Is this forensic generally ordered by the court and the parties agree on who this forensic's going to be, or is it a dueling forensics where the husband comes in with a forensic and the wife comes in with a forensic?
No, it's court ordered. The parents' attorneys propose a couple that they each want, and the judge will pick if the attorneys can't pick one together.
And you don't know what this forensic's going to come up with, but in this particular case, the forensic was on our side, and eventually our client got what he or she needed.
Yeah, I mean, they're risky. If you have a client and you're not on the winning end of that argument, you may be fighting against getting the forensic done. But for us, we knew that our client would prevail and would look good for her to have the forensic done. So we fought for it to have a forensic evaluation completed.
Well, fantastic job. I'm sure we're going to have you back soon.
Absolutely.
Because I would assume that Angelina and Brad are not done. They'll be back in court shortly, like most battling couples.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, if you find yourself in that situation as a battling couple, either in New York or Connecticut, the states where Megan practices matrimonial law, give her a call, and she'll be happy to speak with you. She's a fantastic lawyer. She's been voted to Super Lawyers several years running right now, and she is running and managing the Spar and Bernstein Matrimonial and Family Law Department. Megan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And of course, the telephone number for Megan is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, which is the same number to call to get on our show.
Absolutely.
And of course, I do have to tell everybody that prior successful results don't guarantee us some outcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we made it through a show without Mark Zuckerberg shutting us off. I think it was the extra energy from Yo-Yo back from his eating extravaganza on the 7 train yesterday.
That propelled us?
Yeah, because yesterday you were due here, and then Yo-Yo calls around 5. He's like, dude, the shoot that you just put me on the 7 train, that thing, I am so stuffed, I can't move.
He's comatose.
He's like in a coma.
They have to roll me out of
He was in a coma. That better be some episode of the
Gonna be amazing,
of the
guys.
7 train.
As a matter of fact, can I Uber home?
Right.
He's like, I don't want to be like the farting security guard, right? Yeah,
Hey.
like maybe I shouldn't come to work
Maybe I
today.
should have, though.
And as public safety, we said that was okay. Well done, Brad. Thank you for that.
All right, everybody. Well, this was Hump Day, and thank you all for joining us. We did not, unfortunately, hit 500 shares. We didn't even come close to 500 shares, so we will not pop up on YouTube right after to continue the show, but we may pop up whenever we feel like it. And when we feel like it, if you don't subscribe to YouTube on Facebook, you will never know. So please, if you are watching us on Facebook, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. So we do pop-up shows. We will be doing at least 1 or 2 next week for sure. I promise you that. And you won't know about it, and you won't know what time we do it unless you subscribe to YouTube, because then you will get notified. So please subscribe to YouTube. Please follow us on YouTube so you can get notified. And that is at Brad Show Live on YouTube. And with that being said, Belgium Kim.
Yes, sir.
Comments of the day. Drum roll, please.
Our very first one happened during the countdown, Brad. It was Dion Watson who said, I was at the doctor's office and I was so mad at the doctor because he seemed like it was taking forever to look about me. I was just watching the time, couldn't let Brad Show Live start without me. I think I'm addicted to Brad Show Live, yeah.
All right, we like that. We like that.
Maybe ask your doctor about
Yes.
it.
Is that a problem, doctor? Is that a disease?
You know what my problem is? That you're not going fast enough. And then finally, Denisha had feelings about Brad Pitt, much like myself, but she took it one step further.
Yeah.
She said, I love Brad's. all the Brads that I know are sexy.
Wow.
Well done, Denisha. Wow. Oh, y'all. He's about to whip
All right, well, this sexy Brad, and that sexy Belgian, and that sexy
Ethiopian
is going to say goodbye until tomorrow. See you tomorrow at 5:30. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.